This is Anime Treasure. In the previous video we covered the main participants of the Chunin exam. Today we will talk about the remaining 4 participants. And who takes 4th place? Neji Hyuga. After the battles, the winners are explained the conditions of the 3rd and final stage, in which they will also fight one-on-one. Neji's opponent is Naruto. The winners are also given a month for rest, recovery, and training. Neji begins training the secret techniques of his clan. After a month of intensive training in the clan's techniques, Neji proceeds to the final stage of the exam. From a young age, Neji was called a natural genius. In the first part of Naruto, Rock Lee mentioned that the strongest genin of Konoha was Neji Hyuga. Hinata's father, Hayashi, told Hanabi that Neji, more than anyone else, inherited the strength of the Hyuga clan's bloodline. According to Hisashi, his son, even at a young age, surpassed many members of the clan in skill level. Neji's brilliance is confirmed when, 2.5 years later, he becomes the only jonin among his former rookies and comrades. According to Tsunade, Neji possesses excellent instincts, both on the battlefield and as a leader. When an important and difficult decision needs to be made during a mission, Neji shows himself to be calm and observant, analyzing the situation calmly. It is also shown that Neji is good as a teacher. A vivid example of this is his training of Hinata, who improved her abilities after these sessions. Byakugan, a special technique that allows you to see the chakra network. Thanks to this, you can strike the areas where chakra is most concentrated. Upon being hit, the opponent stops feeling their chakra. The Byakugan expands the field of vision to 360 degrees, but it has a weak point located just below the first vertebra on the back. Neji is talented not only in using taijutsu but also in using ninjutsu. Neji can perfectly control his chakra, both releasing it from individual parts of his body and using it with his whole body at once. 8 trigrams Heavenly Rotation was created by Hyuga based on the ability of certain clan members to emit chakra not only through their fingers but through their entire body. When rotating around their own axis, the chakra gains tremendous centrifugal force, easily repelling enemies, as well as jutsu and cold weapons. At the same time, it not only protects the user but also inflicts damage on opponents within the area of effect of this technique. This technique operates similarly to a spinning top, from which heavier launched objects bounce off. The technique's power increases depending on the user's development. For example, in the first part of the anime, Neji demonstrated rotation with a radius of 2 meters, while Hayashi showed a 10-meter radius. In the databook, Neji's high abilities in ninjutsu and taijutsu are described, while the rest are shown as average, but there is one weak point: his chakra reserves. It was also shown in the anime that Neji could lose consciousness during training due to chakra depletion. However, being a talented shinobi, he learned to use it properly. Despite all of Neji's advantages, he ultimately loses during the battle. He shows Naruto the curse seal and decides to tell him about his past and the history of the Hyuga clan. After finishing his story, Naruto tells Neji that his conclusions are wrong. Hinata suffers no less than he does, and destiny is not predetermined, but a person shapes it themselves. Naruto decides to prove his point by defeating Neji, who called him a loser. Naruto begins to use the Nine-Tails chakra. Finally, Naruto delivers the last blow to Neji from beneath the ground. Everyone is in shock. The genius loses to the underdog. We only have 3 participants left, and 3rd place in the shinobi rankings goes to Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto was an inept student at the academy, failing the graduation exam 3 times before successfully becoming a shinobi. However, thanks to persistence and his emerging talent, his skills quickly improved. Naruto has enormous reserves of powerful chakra, at least 4 times greater than Kakashi's. Naruto's first signature technique was the Shadow Clone technique. Although he was unable to perform the basic illusory clone technique at the academy, after briefly studying the Scroll of Seals to save Irika, who risked his life for Naruto, he overcame this weakness by using the multiple Shadow Clone technique. From that point on, Naruto's mastery of the Shadow Clone technique reached great heights. Although stubborn and often acting without thinking, Naruto's years as a prankster had given him an inventive imagination that proved useful in battle. He was a remarkable tactile learner, able to learn better through execution rather than theoretical understanding. Although Naruto was a natural close combat fighter, he wasn't particularly skilled in taijutsu. He required unpredictable attacks to catch hand-to-hand combat experts like Kiba Inuzuka and Neji off guard. He often used shadow clones or Kurama's chakra to simply overwhelm enemies with sheer numbers and brute force. With the former, he created techniques like the Naruto Uzumaki combo and its stronger versions. During the battle with Neji, which finally began, Naruto was at a severe disadvantage. Despite using shadow clones frequently, he was unable to land a single blow. Neji, who had made the same mistake as Kiba, only more brutally, declared Naruto to be just another loser, destined not to defeat a genius like himself. Using his most powerful technique, 8 trigrams 64 palms, he became convinced of his victory. However, Naruto, true to his promise, knew he couldn't lose, so he used his fox chakra again, quickly regaining his strength and raising a large amount of dust. After the dust and smoke settled, Neji attacked another Naruto clone, only for the real one to emerge from the ground and defeat him with a powerful uppercut. After being taken to the emergency room, Neji reflected on how not every fate is sealed, as a loser like Naruto could defeat a genius like Neji. According to the databook, Naruto has a very high level of chakra, exceeding that of most shinobi, but is significantly inferior in all other areas, demonstrating weak taijutsu, genjutsu, and chakra control. He also has average ninjutsu abilities, such as strength and speed. Despite his many weaknesses, he is a very powerful genin during the exam, thanks to the chakra of the nine-tailed fox. This has always proven helpful against powerful opponents like Zabuza and Haku. Only 2 shinobi remain. These are the only 2 shinobi left, those who are in the S tier, the strongest genin in anime. Second place goes to Sasuke Uchiha. Like his older brother Itachi, Sasuke is recognized as a naturally gifted genius of the Uchiha clan, graduating with the top results in his class at the academy. Sasuke had a large amount of chakra from birth, which allowed him to perform the powerful fireball technique at an early age, which, as Kakashi noted, requires a significant amount of chakra. Although it is not his favorite fighting style, Sasuke's taijutsu was at a very high level. He primarily uses it as preparation for ninjutsu or when his chakra is depleted. His speed and reflexes stand out the most. For instance, Zabuza is surprised that he surpassed Haku in speed. With the awakening of the Sharingan, Sasuke relies on dojutsu to enhance his physical abilities. Sasuke's skills improved significantly after his encounter with Rock Lee. Using the Sharingan, Sasuke manages to copy several of these movements, on the basis of which he creates the Lion Combo. In his battle with Gaara, he bypasses his sand shield. Sasuke has an affinity for the lightning element, so after the second round of the Chunin exam, Kakashi teaches Sasuke Chidori. Sasuke could only use Chidori twice a day, but with the activated curse seal, he could use it up to 3 times. Sasuke was the best student in his class at the academy. In battle, he usually takes the initiative first, after quickly devising a detailed plan. During a fight, he also analyzes his opponent's actions, skillfully adapting to their fighting style. Nevertheless, his strategies are generally very risky, as sometimes Sasuke puts the lives of his comrades in danger. This explains his desire to work alone. Sometimes Sasuke prepares in advance for upcoming battles. For example, he specifically trains his speed to outrun Gaara's sand. According to the databook, Sasuke has no weak points except for stamina. All other characteristics are balanced. Sasuke has a high level of ninjutsu, taijutsu, speed, and hand seals. He also has average strength and genjutsu skills. The only weak point, just like Neji's, remains stamina, and in many ways Sasuke and Neji in the first part are similar. Initially, Neji is a bit stronger than Sasuke. But after Sasuke learns Chidori from Kakashi and trains his speed, he becomes much stronger than Neji. Sasuke showed significant progression in power levels from the very beginning of the anime, just like Naruto. After Sasuke was able to use Chidori and the curse mark, he definitely became the strongest Genin in Konoha, and the only worthy opponent was Naruto. However, Sasuke fought rather recklessly and often got into dangerous situations. After he used Chidori against Gaara, he exhausted all his chakra and lost consciousness, and if it weren't for Naruto, Gaara could have easily killed him. Therefore, I rank Sasuke in S tier. Gaara spent his early childhood in isolation, learning ninjutsu from his father, and being raised by his maternal uncle, Yashimaru. When the boy was allowed to wander around the village, he tried to befriend other children, showing them kindness and offering his help. However, the fact that Gaara was a Jinchuriki scared the villagers. Adults avoided him and treated him with caution, while children would immediately run away at the sight of him. One day, while wandering alone in Sunagakure, Gaara saw a group of children playing with a ball. During the game, the ball accidentally landed on a roof, and Gaara decided to help them by lowering it to the ground with sand. However, when the children saw him, they immediately ran away. He tried to stop them and explain that he didn't mean to harm anyone, but unintentionally injured them with his sand. Yashimaru, who arrived just in time, stopped him. Being protected by sand from any injuries, Gaara did not understand the pain he caused to others. Trained from an early age as the perfect weapon of the Sand Village, Gaara was an exceptionally strong ninja even at a very young age, easily killing countless assassins sent after him. He was known for completing B-rank missions while still a Genin. Gaara set a record by passing the second stage of the Chunin exams in the Forest of Death without a single scratch in just 97 minutes. Upon learning this, Enko Mitarashi noted that even a Chunin is not capable of such a feat. According to the databook, Gaara has high skills in chakra ninjutsu, but his weak point is strength and taijutsu, since he doesn't have to engage in close combat. Nevertheless, this did not prevent him from becoming the strongest Genin during the Chunin exams, and the only one who was able to defeat him was Naruto with the help of summoning Gamabunta, after Gaara had already been wounded and exhausted from the battle with Sasuke.